And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Cheetah Game Arena Modern Warfare 3 kickoff event. $8,000 on the line, and Ajax, we are almost there. Just 2 more games to go before we crown our winner. But before we get there, we have got a spicy one between New Jersey Prodigy, Fourth Space Esports, and go ahead and tell me there's a little bit of a storyline between these two.
Oh yeah, break time is over as New Jersey Prodigy just ended up losing to a clutch last game play against Houston Spartans, which now creates this fun scenario. The reason why Fourth Space Esports are here in the first place, the #1 seed of the bracket, are in losers finals, is because they got sent there by a 3-0 W from New Jersey Prodigy earlier. We get the rematch of that. Hey, Matt, we're going to say it one more time. How do they top the last set? Because all of them back to back to back have been insane.
I mean, every series we've casted today has been an absolute classic, instant on the reel every time. And starting it off on a very familiar face, Invasion Hardpoint. Next, High Rise S&D, also a familiar one. Subbase Hardpoint, also a familiar one. And then Terminal to close it out if we do, in fact, get there. And Ajax, they're wasting no time. Losers finals action. Let's get it going. New Jersey Prodigy, Fourth Space Esports, and already P-Grizz ripping one onto Ramby. Spiffy as well, and they are already lighting up the kill feed for New Jersey Prodigy.
It's time to get the job done as they wipe everybody clean off the board. We see 4 kills go to the side of them, only Spitify being taken out in the midst of that off of a trade. But that is not how you want to start it. Here's the thing that happens every time, though. It bears repeating. New Jersey, quick and in a hurry to take over the front, get the lead of the points. They weren't able to do it last time. This time, Fourth Space not able to steal back that point right away.
And you gotta think that there's a little bit of a mental block for Fourth Space Esports. The last time you played these guys, you got slammed. It was very early this morning, but now, here in the losers finals, they have to make their comeback if they want to enter the grands. But Spitify's spitting on them right now.
Well, not going to follow up that line with what I was thinking about for a second, but currently they are indeed laying it down. And right now, as he lays down, he gets destroyed. And right now, D-Grips is continuing to hold a grip on reality that they think is a win going into their column. That is not going to happen as they just continue to get pieced up by Spitify and Clip now joining the party.
I mean, you gotta think that this New Jersey Prodigy team, everybody thought they were an underdog, but maybe are we looking into it too much? This is the team that took Houston to a map 5 round 11. This is the team that 3-0'd Fourth Space Esports in the first place.
Right now, what you're looking for is seeing if Fourth Space can get something going here, and so far that's been tough, especially over here on P2. You're right in the middle of everything. You're catching strays left and right, and for Prodigy, they can afford to let you rock a little bit if you want to get chaotic, because they already have such a good lead, already making early rotation. There's only 10 seconds left on the clock. They're not worth holding as they go and line up and get themselves over set up. See if they can break it.
Yeah, see if they can break it. That's a big if, Chris. Talked to him earlier, great kid, but can he make the plays right now? New Jersey Prodigy fully in hold of this. T-Grizz rapping like the T-Grizzly rapper we know and love. And right now, 6-4 KD, nothing to bat an eye at. Ramby gonna try to make his way in, checks the corner, beautiful checks there. But now, it's the big break, and they need to break it. I think Ramby might have been shooting at his own teammate for a second there.
Just a little tickle of the toes. Like, hey man, look, we gotta move, bro. We gotta go. And that's exactly what they do. They gotta go as they take out everybody in the middle there. Great job from Teddy and Ramby taking back over.
Yeah, and that's a big break for the side of Fourth Space that they desperately needed here. Spitify gonna try to look to make the break, maybe for a couple seconds of scrap here as he leans on in, but all he sees is the wrong neighborhood right there. 2 players staring him in the face, and that is gonna be the rest of the time to Fourth Space Esports as we jump in to our next hill popping in just a few seconds. Exotic, though, already giving us those exotic views from earlier on a 5 spree right now. He got shut down by T-Grizz, and that'll be the hill for New Jersey Prodigy, at least for now, but a big hill coming to the back.
Not just exotic as well. Chris Radio joining the party too, getting all the way up to A, and here comes Teddy. He does get wrecked immediately right after, though. Click and Spitify have had their number a majority of the time in these flanks. Let's see if they can do a good job of holding this down. Starting to slowly build back up that lead that they were holding on to for quite a bit there at the start.
Yeah, it was a big lead, but now starting to become a factor is this push, the pressure being applied from Fourth Space Esports, the Renetti ringing true there, and that'll be a little bit of hill time trying to regain the lead in favor for Fourth Space, but they've got to be wary for this pressure coming up right from below. Exotic with one, Exotic, I was about to say with two, but he gets shut down. Teddy with not going to get any more than that, and it's going to be Fourth Space Esports for the moment with a semblance of control, but now New Jersey Prodigy, every time you think they're out, they're right back in.
Big convergence right away, and now it's time. We talked about it before. Not exactly the greatest place to want to visit, but New Jersey taking over the frat house. It's time to try and see if they can make their way into one of the most difficult positions on this entire map.
Absolutely, it's just been so unbreakable in so many different situations, but over the past few series, we've seen teams at least been able to get in there for the last 20 seconds of scrap. Click gonna be able to take one out there, but Basic goes down the other side of the map. Click is absolutely clicking right now. Two-piece hair for him, but Exotic, the guy we've been talking about all weekend long as they light up the kill feed blue. Fourth Space Esports in control.
He's been Mr. Clutch when they need it the most, Matt. We've seen it so many times with Tigriz also from the start up till now, not relinquishing any type of pressure. He's always in the middle of the fight. Got to get a little bit more points, but at the moment, not looking too hot. We see everybody getting jumped. Ramby holding down the line, and they're starting to make their way over.
Absolutely. Blue in the kill feed right now as the action slows down ever so slightly. Couple of kills coming through off of rotation, but it's going to be Chris now on the 5 spree, looking to implement that cruise missile. Could be huge to have in the back pocket here, and he's going to be able to take a couple of gunfights. There it is, cruise missile secured. Can he find any more? There's the second. Now he's got to play his life as it's starting to become a little dangerous. Views by Chris! My goodness! These people have families!
Chris is on fire. He is the murder spree that you do not want to see. Look at that, 8 streaks going up. Everything from this point is just extra frosting on the cake. He might be able to bring it all the way up. They don't shut that down ASAP.
Oh, but Chris is still just shaking and baking, baby. You gotta shake it before you bake it. And right now, Chris is absolutely doing so. He does get shut down, but the cruise missile nonetheless attained and secured by Fourth Space Esports. Gonna be big for them as a couple of rotational kills going either way. But Chris, he has just been the man of the hour, the man of the map, if you will, continuing to find kills. The double chow, though, not gonna amount to much.
Yeah, not an easy position to try and go in there all on your lonesome. Everybody avoiding the cruise missile, it sounded like, so we're gonna walk away at least with that. Head still clear. We're now time to make it over to where the war zone truly exists, here over on point B. It's going to be rough to try and deal with this, everybody converging early.
Yeah, but Fourth Space Esports does have a little bit of a semblance of control right now. It's 49 seconds left to work with on this hill, but it's 3 dead in the feed for the New Jersey Prodigy. Now they fly on in or up or down. It's the hill for them, but look at the close spawn there from Chris. Maybe not expecting this. They might be looking the wrong way, but Chris is going to go ahead and send in the Chris missile here, flying it in. Is he going to amount to anything? Yes, sir! It's the double, and it's the 2 follow-ups. It's the 4 kills for Fourth Space.
You know, it's always been Click and Tigriz who have been winning on every single double up scenario, but Chris said, what if I just take you both out at the same time, lighting everybody up at once, giving them the opportunity to even the score back up.
Yeah, just for a second though, the late hit from Basic is actually going to give the scrap time to the favor of New Jersey Prodigy, so they'll still hold about a 14-second lead as a couple kills do come through. Chris finds 1, Chris finds 2.
What is he doing?
Baby! He finds the 3rd! You know he does! 3-piece combo with a biscuit on the side, and it's Fourth Space Esports flying into the hill.
He just got another cruise missile as well. He is running through everyone. Spitify, though, answering right back with 2 of his own. They need to hold it down, but Teddy having something to say with that.
Oh, and now the kills starting to come in through Basic here. It is going to be New Jersey Prodigy. How you darn? Still in the hills, still getting time. It's the push from Ramby, not going to amount to much. Now you've got to start to think, or do you want to rotate this out? We've only got 25 seconds left. It's a deep rotation. How are we going to play this coming into the later half of this map?
Catching him taking a peek out the window. Not what you want to see, Mr. Tom, but let's see if he's able to maybe think about his decision making there. Right now, does get a little bit of data on where everybody is, but if I realizing it's not smart, but he gets checked himself on the stun grenade check.
201 200-point mark being crossed for the side of New Jersey Prodigy. It's a big lead for them right now, almost 40 points plus right now, but ForceSpace Esports in control of this back P4. What can they do to hold this click? Gonna be having a rotational gunfight on the outside. It's 2-1 from the side of ForceSpace. Not the third though. T-Grizz gonna go get one immediately traded. ForceSpace deals with the first push for now. Last one up, though, is Spitify, and he's able to get one there. The immediate pushback, and oh, look at this sneaky play. The double chow comes through. Teddy's got to get out of there with his life. Teddy finds one with a pistol. They're just running around. Teddy finds two. Spitify somehow in the hill, but Teddy is just having a massacre right now.
He might get another potentially here, but instead it's going to be Exotic who cleans house. They have been so good at getting out of bad positions, but if you are a New Jersey Prodigy, you love seeing all of this teal that's been lighting up most of the time in your favorite basic, clearing back up, not letting them get much and continuing to pile on. They're going to walk away with this at least around 220 and another shot to try and close it out. That's why you see already ForceSpace lining up and Matt doing the smart thing. They need to hold this down.
Yeah, but it's the hill that you want, right? You play this, you get a full 60 here. I mean, if the math is mathing in my head, they can win it with a full hold right here. It'd be close. It'd have to be perfect, but it is doable for the side of ForceSpace.
See what they could do. Everybody getting ready to line up. We got two coming in from each side. First matchup against Teddy might be happening right now. It's going to be Basic versus Teddy. It's going to be Teddy walking away with it.
Absolutely, Teddy with the first kill. Teddy with the second. Teddy all day finding the kills. Oh my goodness! Teddy, you can't do it to him, but he does. It's a three-piece for Teddy. It's a lead change for ForceSpace. Now it's really in. They only are a couple seconds away. Ajax, this is doable.
Teddy is unstoppable right now. He continues to go. He's got four in a row. He might get another one. No, it's gonna get picked. He still won't get hit. This, if you're New Jersey, this is the only shot you got. They finally get the headshot to get rid of him, but they have to move, and they have to move right now.
You're spawning in Narnia. You have to go now, but they're finding all of the kills. It's been a perfect 60, 250. What a hold from the New Jersey Prodigy, and they continue to dominate this ForceSpace Esports team.
Bro, look at them just bouncing, just like kind of going back and forth in the chair like, we so good. We so good. Shout outs to incredible play there from Teddy, but Exotic very, very used to being the final kill cam, as we saw quite a few times earlier on Search. Everybody putting in their work. Chris was the ace of the staff all the way through the beginning of it, but it was Teddy who got that shutdown, the big shutdown, to force those faraway spawns you mentioned. If they don't win that first push, now all of a sudden they're down a game and going into high rise.
I mean, they do the right thing, right? They chow 3-on-1, and Teddy says, okay, 1, 2, 3, I'll take you all with me. Gets the kills, holds it down there. What a performance from that New Jersey Prodigy team to win it back on P4, get it close, hit a hard rotate, give up a little bit of scrap time, and it's a perfect hold. They needed 59 seconds, and they got every single one of them to lock it in and steal that first map away. I do know that says ForceSpace Esports, but that was New Jersey Prodigy, right? I'm not tripping?
It
might be.
For what? For what, the last dub?
I'm just kidding. ForceSpace Esports. I'm getting confused on the team names.
Yeah, no, it was ForceSpace.
These guys are just, it's every time, man.
Hey,
I mean, I keep asking, how are we going to top it? And they just keep topping it and blowing my mind.
Hey.
I can't. These games, man. These games.
Look, Matt, just call him Weddy because he's married to the W. He's out here.
Oh.
He's got the ring on it, and he's ready to see not just the ring on that finger, but also hold the championship trophy up later, because those are the type of plays you need to close it out. That last point hold on P5 was the crucial point. You mentioned it before. Although they were able to cash out on those last few points, that's 60 seconds on the clock when you only need 50 points left to go. You get in there, you get the bigger position on the much more difficult spot to break. That rotation call was so smart on ForceSpace, recognizing, hey, let them get what they got over there. We still got a W lined up over here.
Yeah, and it was exactly what we talked about. You said they're rotating really early, they're giving up that scrap, and when we saw what hill was up next, the frat house that was invite only, clearly no one from New Jersey, the team or the state, being invited to that frat house.
No, not at all. And sometimes, good idea to keep them out because they were not able to do that in the prior set. They went down 0-3 in winter semis. This time, they start off hot in what was a close match most of the way through, but this time much more confident because they started off with a W.
Absolutely, and now fast action right back at you. No breaks needed for these guys whatsoever. Ajax, we're getting right back into it. Terminal, or rather high-rise S&D. It's going to be another classic.
I know where you went with that too, because last time it was Terminal S&D, but instead we actually see a complete switch. Good catch though for Tigres, and he's going to catch Chris trying to get a peek, and instead, now they're down 3-2.
Down 3-2, Bomb going to be able to go down for the New Jersey Prodigy here. Big two-piece all ready for Tigres, looking to work on it a little bit more. Rambi and Exotic, the only two left, but remember, this was Exotic's playground the last time out.
Yeah, Exotic is quite literally the main target of focus, and that is going to be the target of focus for Rambi as he gets the pick on the Tigres. Here comes Spinify, though, to answer back.
I honestly thought that Rambi was going to win that gunfight, but now it all leaves Exotic in the 1v2. Not going to amount to much there. New Jersey Prodigy finding their first round on the board, taking an early lead here, and Ajax, you got to talk about it as well. Being down 0-1, you'd like to see New Jersey here really step back up.
Yeah, and it's not even like they were too far off there either. They were actually playing phenomenally in that last match on Hardpoint, but we talked about it. Just that last fight is what it came down to, and they got a lot of fight in them. They came all the way down to Game 5, round of 11 in high rise just not that long ago against Houston. They weren't able to finish it, but it was so close, literally down to the 1v1. They could definitely make it happen here.
Absolutely could make it happen here. New Jersey Prodigy up 1-0 right now. Rambi, early nade out, is going to find a little bit of damage there. The smokes, I'm loving the smoke plays lately as Chris sliding through, finding one click's going to find the trade onto him, and the second with the pistol. Grizz to follow up, and now Exotic is left on his lonesome and now sent to the grave. New Jersey Prodigy up 2-0.
Showing that Exotic can, in fact, bleed. Every single time he's been in this spot, he has come away on top, but that is not going to happen as you get dominated the first 2 points in a row. There is plenty of time still to go, but Prodigy definitely looking like they're not letting that last game get to them whatsoever. They're looking in peak form right now here, Matt.
Absolutely in peak form. And, you know, New Jersey Prodigy, like you said, they took it to the wire against Houston. A 1v1, round 5. Rather, map 5, round 11, and, you know, Ajax, something's got to be said about that, because while Houston definitely looking like our most consistent team, Tigres is going to fire off a couple of early shots to take one out. Definitely looking like the most consistent team so far, and for New Jersey Prodigy to put up a couple is a lot.
It continues to look phenomenal each and every time round. They continue to surprise me every time, but right now, no surprise, we're looking at a 2-2. Wait, Exotic trying to go around, see if he can catch a pick, get a little bit of data on where people are at. There's Spinify revealing himself on the top of Heli. That gives them exactly what they need. And there's the last one. Does he win this fight? Yes, he does. And he finally is able to do what he was able to do earlier and get them that win.
Absolutely. I mean, this is just looking like their playground, man. We talked about it, how good Exotic can be in clutch situations on this map. He does get a little help from Rambi there from the spawn side, but you gotta give it to Exotic. This is a map that he's played time and time again. You heard his teammates talk about him. This guy's been playing it. He's the old man of the group. He played it back in the original, man.
Makes me so sad whenever I hear the old man of the group when I'm only 3 years younger than him. But right now, it's we do have a lot of history here. That's a big part of it as well. High Rise, Terminal, all company. We've been here many times before, and Exotic playing as such, showing he's got this down on lock. Like right now, that was only one. They have to do it twice. As New Jersey, they gave up one, but they've still been looking good throughout this match.
Absolutely. Now looking to still take a 3-1 lead, which still very dominant here early in the early rounds. Teddy Rex going to be stun check out, not going to find anything there. And Ajax, it's a little bit of a slow round.
Yeah, just a little bit of a slow start. Usually we're pretty company to this super aggressive play that'll happen most of the time from the New Jersey Prodigy, but I think they understand this point matters a lot. You don't want this to go to 2-2. You want to keep a nice extra game cushion to keep that lead. You go to 2-2 all of a sudden, and fourth space starts waking up.
Oh, and here's the early shots from Chris. Does get naded out, so he's gonna have to back off at least for now. 27 seconds left. And oh no, the explosive barrel. No.
A little bit of
to see it.
assistance from the stage itself, and Ramby trying to sneak his way around, so we'll see if we can catch a flank. But right now, Spitfire revealing himself from the side. He's going to get that pick he was looking for right now. Tigre's going to answer back on him, though, as Ramby comes around. He got the reveal after Spitfire got taken down. He knew where he was coming from. Good comms on their part to let them know Ramby was on the way.
I mean, and that's just beautiful plays out of Tigres as well. Spinning around, finding Ramby. Like you said, comms are flowing over there. They're feeling good. Despite being down 0-1 in the series, having a lot of success here on High-Rise S&D.
That's what you're saying. Like, even that 0-1, it doesn't really tell the whole tale. They lost it on that final fight there. They had the lead most of the time. And they did that against Houston, too. They always get the early lead, but they weren't able to finish it in the end. That's been the bigger difference, which can happen if you're not in that position normally. New Jersey, the new kid on the block, if you will, trying to show that they can definitely hang with the best of them.
Absolutely. Not only hang with the best of them, but beat the best of them. Is Chris, though, going to be able to trade one out and even things up into a 3v3. Bomb's going to be looking to go down on the B site here. Ooh, Spitfire getting caught out on that top helicopter again. Click does find the trade, evens things up 2v2.
All right, it's down to Teddy and Ramby to try and see what they can do about Basic and Click, but we seen earlier, Basic is a phenomenal person to have the bomb in hand with to get those plants. That's why we see him hovering on it right now. They are currently sandwiched, though. He's going to go around back to see if he can maybe catch a sneak. It's Ramby hiding out over at the point.
This is a big play, too. Look at the bomb wrapping all the way around towards that A-bomb site. It's a big wrap for them, but you got to think that Fourth Space has got to get a little bit of knowledge on this, noticing that they're the only ones here. 29 seconds left to go.
He's going to go for the plant.
Is going to be able to go to plant. I think they're going to be able to get a free plant here.
I think so, yeah. No rotation happening quickly enough for Ramby, and now all of a sudden it's on the fight here. It's a 2v1 situation for Ramby. Actually, no, excuse me, 1v1. We get the trade-off from Basic over on Teddy.
Early bomb check here. 30 seconds left to find the defusal. Basic playing a ring around the Rosie, but can he find the kill? Shots in. Ramby finds the kill, gets the defuse, and saves Fourth Space from going down 4-1.
Ramby, and many times before, has been clutch where they needed it, and it's not usually been him in search, but you take that every day of the week. Moving this to 3-2, like we said, you don't want to be looking at a 3-round deficit. That is a nightmare situation. Even here in map 2, you do not want to be that much closer to going down 2-0.
No, not at all. And I mean,
excuse me, 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, even still, though, I mean, you don't want to go down 2-0, right? That's another round on the board for Fourth Space Esports. You know, they start to get a little bit of momentum here, get a few rounds on the board in a row, and all of a sudden, this game can kind of slip away from you.
Exactly. Make sure that you stop the bleeding where you can. They got a round. Cool. Let them have it. It is what it is. We're going to answer right back. It's what Prodigy have done all day long. Early grenade checks. No data to be involved, even though they're all facing the same side. Ramby looking for the shots of Tigres. Tigres backing his way off, though. Here's a gunfight, and Tigres walks away.
Oh, and the nade lands just short, so Tigres literally gonna walk away with his life. Still gonna hold this angle here, but it's the first blood in the round, and it gives New Jersey Prodigy an advantage for now, but Exotic. It's his playground, man. It's just his playground.
Everybody sneaking over by the bottom side of Heli. Nobody's home, though. They don't want to commit. They're a little bit afraid. Don't want to get spooked up because that is a jump scare scenario. Basics got lined up for them right behind that crate. Slowed down the game significantly here, Matt. Everybody thinking second guess Basics going to make a move.
Basic does, and he finds Exotic as well on the other side of the map. Now into a 2v3 at the side of Fourth Space. They've got to find a way now back into this round where they're going to be down 4-2. Basic just playing around here in this bottom area, waiting for Fourth Space. They know that they need the plan. Fourth Space tries to pick there, and that's Teddy Rex getting sent to the grave.
That is essentially the round right there. You're just not making that back. Trying to get over to the bomb in that position with all those bodies waiting to shoot you up as you get over there. That round is forfeit as we see 4-2. They go back up 2 games.
Yeah, and it's a big position for them now as well, right? I mean, you got to give credit to Fourth Space, though. They've done a good job at when they've been down 2 rounds. They never let the lead slip too far away. Always good to put another round on the board. But you stare down a 5-2 deficit in the face, and now New Jersey Prodigy definitely going to be feeling themselves and heading into the next hard point. Already a very, very close hard point.
Yeah, I mean,
tied 1-1.
You're right on the money with that. The difference between what was the last round closing the gap versus being behind in that 5-2, that's the last thing you want to be seeing. going into this next match. You want to establish early dominance, and often the moment Tigres trying to get some data for his team. I recognize everybody was over on B side. You still see that it looks like Teddy Rex hovering over there, trying to get the pick onto him because he revealed himself pretty early. But instead, it's going to be Click who falls.
Yeah, Ramby with the good reads there. That spot's been very, very readable ever since the first time we've seen it, as Teddy Rex also finds another one there and gives Force-Space the 2-man advantage in the round here. 48 seconds left to get this bomb planted. Basic just trying to find a pick here, sliding around the bottom side. A little bit of a sneak play.
All right, sneaky sneak. Here comes Basic around the back, and guess what? This worked last time. He's got the bomb in hand too, so he's willing to play the play.
Gosh,
he might be making it happen. Look at Basic all the way in the back there. If we can get Basic's view, we already got one. Basic gets two. He gets Ramby and Exotic at the same time. It works out for him. He's so good at breaking the point where he needs it. They got 20 seconds, plenty of time to get the plant here all of a sudden with this 2-2.
And Spitify now, his teammate joining him in hand, but Basic gets dropped from the top side. Now it's all on to Spitify. That bomb is trapped down. He's going to have to take both of these gunfights. Finds the first. Now it's into a 1v1. Teddy, all he knows is that they needs to plant the bomb. Teddy plays it to perfection. And that's the round for Force-Space Esports. It got a little mixy, a little dicey, but in the end, they lock it in and they get the 2v2 win.
And Spitify cannot catch a break. Every time it comes down to a last... Just he needs to get the job done. He has not been able to clutch it out for them yet. He gets good early starts, but for Force-Space, they see him there. It's like, okay, we have checkmate. He's got to get that bomb. He has no other choice. We're going to line it up. We're going to make sure we get that much closer to even this up.
And now a really big round because it's the difference between 5-3 and us being knotted at 4 apiece. Force-Space Esports on the attacking side, maybe looking to have it a little bit of aggression hit here, getting halted in their tracks. A couple of SMG shots down early, but still no one fallen just yet.
Basic looking like maybe easy go for it ×2. It worked out very well last time. Hello, is anybody home? Well, luckily for the Force-Space, nobody actually is home. They're all out of there.
Spitify trying to get a couple shots over this heady. Here comes the first gunfight. Ramby's going to be able to get that first blood bomb down as well. All the advantage now in the side of Force-Space Esports, but Basic evens things back up a little bit, but still the pressure of the defuse definitely mounting on New Jersey as Click goes down there. Spitify with the peek, thought he might have seen him earlier. Awkward gunfight, able to find it, but Exotic taking out Basic, all on to Spitify in the 1v2. Just gotta get out of there with your life. Exotic avoiding the explosions.
Mentioned it many times before. Spitify has a shot to maybe finally do it. Oh! He does! It took so many times before, but the one time it gets the job done is the most important one. Spitify finally with the clutch 1v2 gets the defuse, and Matt, we're looking at set point here on map number 2.
I mean, oh, you just can't let that happen. What a 180, getting a replay of it here. Finds the first 180 to the second, and it's beautiful shots out of Spitify there. I mean, can we say it now? He's spitting on him.
He's spitting hot fire and a lot of shots at the moment, trying to drop the best win that they could ask for in this map 2 and continue to even up the set count. They weren't able to get the job done last map, but that doesn't matter. That map is irrelevant now. It's all about trying to finish it here. 5-3. Make sure the curse doesn't occur is the most important part as they try to close this out.
Most dangerous lead in CoD, and Teddy looking to make a little bit of a hero play here, trying to find a few. He's actually got help of a quick aggressive play for the defensive side for Force-Space, but unfortunately for them, that bomb is making its way towards the B site. But Chris from the ladder may be able to make a play here, hold that nade, trying to get a kill, not gonna find anything. HX, tough round for them now. 4v4 with the bomb planted.
Bomb planted. Everybody's lined up, and Chris lines up the shot too. He might get Tigres in the middle of this with the company. Yes, he does. Spitify all by himself. This is terrible in a 1v4. Guess what?
Wow.
It's over. They're going to go ahead and get that W. We're going to move this forward into a 5-4. They refuse to relinquish this map too.
No, they absolutely refuse. I mean, it's incredible. They were 4v4 and just 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone drops for the side of New Jersey, and I mean, all off the back right there. Teddy, beautiful plays for the last one, but it's definitely on the other side for Chris, getting those 2 picks. I mean, Ajax, like you said, they just refuse to let it go.
You love to see it, and honestly, I feel like we shouldn't even be surprised at this point. Every single one of these matches, as they get on a stream, they are here to perform, they're here to show up, and that's exactly what they've done. We are that much closer again, Matt, to yet another round 11 set here on High Rise.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. I gotta get through this round first.
At this point, it's just what we have to expect to see. They refuse to ever let it be a clean sweep.
I mean, it's almost like it's UFC fighters fighting for fight of the night right now. Every series just trying to one-up the next. As Basic does find that first blood, it gives New Jersey the advantage in the round, but only for now. Still 60 seconds left. Chris playing around this bomb site. This is all on Force Space right here. This is a egregious plant. Little bit of balls on him here.
You know what? You take that every day of the week. He's got a titanium set right now. He's going to get there, and he's going to get out of there to make sure nobody gets him. Everybody's converging. It's all about fighting him. There we go. We get him on the bottom side. It's all about Ramby and Exotic is exactly who you want to see on your team in this situation because he's always come out on top.
And now into a 2v2, now into a 1v2, everything turning on the heads for New Jersey Prodigy. But a big position from Click. We've seen the 1v2, but can they do it once again? Whoa. The shot's on in, tries to find the first. It's a hop, it's a jump, and a skip. We're playing Assassin's Creed. He's flying along the top, but it's only not a tough time, and he gets taken down. Fourth Space Esports. I mean, he had to go for the defuse. There just wasn't enough time.
He had no option there. He was running across. He needed to try and get that pick where he needed because Exotic was nowhere to be found. He was all the way on the other side. If he caught the kill he needed, he could have potentially gone for the defuse, forced Exotic to try to run up as quick as possible, but it doesn't matter because once again, as expected at this point, and blessed upon us we are here on this Sunday, we have a game number we have another game 11 somehow throughout this entirety of this bracket.
A round 11, not a game. If we had to go 11 games,
excuse me.
If we had to go 11 games, we would be. I don't even know. I can't even imagine. But 4v4, here we go. Everyone lined up, ready to go. Round 11 is upon us, and I mean, Fourth Space Esports already with an early bomb plant. They have fought their way back into this, and oh no, another flank here coming from Basic, but the only problem for him, there is no one home. He may be able to create a pinch. Ramby, seemingly knowing that there's somebody behind him, the sixth sense, spider senses are tingling right now. It's still 4v4 action. The first blood finally comes in for Chris.
Chris has a little bit more to work with here too, though. He's got another one. Can Chris get yet another one in the middle of that? Doesn't matter. It's going to be Basic and Spinify getting rid of Exotic and Teddy. Chris holding down the center as best as he possibly can. He needs Ramby's support, and Basic is going to finally deal with Chris.
And they gotta deal with him. They have to find this defuse. It's early. Ramby finds the kill. There's no time to defuse. And oh my god! Fourth Space Esports fights their way back into another S&D. They force round 11. They come up icy and now find themselves up 2-0 in the series.
I can't stress enough how insane these matches keep going down to the wire. This very much could be a 2-0 set count lead, by the way, for New Jersey. That's how close those maps have gone.
Yeah.
But instead, it is a 2-0 set count for Fourth Space Esports. If that says 3-0 at the end of this match, it does not tell the story of how close they have been so far.
No, and I think you know that New Jersey right now is kicking themselves, right? Just kicking themselves. They were up in that hardpoint match 224 to about maybe 180. They do not score another point. It's a great hill on P4. It's a great rotation and a full 60 out of Fourth Space Esports. And then in S&D, down multiple rounds and just fighting and clawing their way back. As you said, just refusing to let go of that map. They were down 5-3, and we said it. It's the most dangerous lead in CoD. And Fourth Space Esports shows you why.
It's now time to put up or shut up in the best way possible here. The only way they can win is to win out from this point forward. They have to reverse 3-0 sweep, and they've been able to succeed very well on a hard point to do that. But before they get to that, of course, that was an intense back-to-back match, taking their break. We're going to take one as well, Matt. We will be right back with everyone in the chat. Do not go anywhere. We still have more of this losers finals to see if maybe we see a reverse 3-0. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here on map number 3. Break time is over. It is only time for a reverse 3-0 here if you are looking for New Jersey Prodigy to try and take it all home. But Matt, so far it has been the Fourth Spades clutch show, and that has been on the big hands, of course, of Chris Radial and Exotic, but starting off by getting a kill, feel a little good about that.
Yeah, you gotta feel a little bit good about that, but we know it's sub-base. It's gonna be mixy. We've seen time limit runouts. We've seen 3-point matches on this map. We've seen spawns 2 feet away. Everything that can happen will happen on sub-base.
It really is. This is the most chaotic map we've seen amongst everybody when it comes to trying to control position. Exotic getting the first one, dipping back into the building, looking to see if anybody peeked out, and he walks away with 2. Maybe he gets 3 if Spinify pokes his head out.
Not quite yet. There comes the gunfights, and oh my, I thought he was gonna get away with another one there, but it's 2 kills going the way of New Jersey Prodigy. But Chris, right back with 3.
Cleaning.
Chris, no! Chris, you look. Chris,
the ace of the staff coming through. A lot of that on the assistance, of course, from that damage that happened from Exotic, but it doesn't matter unless you get the kill, and Chris getting all 4.
Nah, Chris, we gotta talk, bro. What are you on? What are you on right now? This is insanity. This is insanity. He can't keep getting away with this. He just can't. Well, 6-2, 7-2. He's gonna keep it. Chris,
he's gonna keep getting
I'm
away
leaving.
with this.
I'll see you guys later. Chris has made me quit. I'm leaving. Chris,
he's built Chris. He's on a 9-kill streak. He keeps going. Matt, he can't be stopped. He's just refusing going down.
Chris.
10. This man is on top of the podium all by himself. Nobody can join him on the throne. Look at that. 0-6 for Click over on the other side. 1-7 for Basic. Everybody is getting smoked.
I mean, they are getting slammed right now. Chris Radial has absolutely come to play, and so has Fourth Space Esports. They got 3-0'd by this team earlier. Nah, not anymore. They're looking to have their own 3-0 today. 65-8 to start this one out, and Chris Radial cannot be stopped.
Problems inbound, too, as we get ready to rotate over P3. You are out in the open, and Chris would love to see everybody out in the open. If you want to go and join him, but right now it's all about holding down that point. Everybody sees where he is. You can see all of the teal converging on the point. But Chris and Ramby dealing with 2 of them. They might be able to get yet another. Spinify is gonna fall too. He can't, again, he just can't be stopped.
I mean, it's insanity. Even team kills now coming in for the side of New Jersey. Everything falling apart, seemingly at their fingertips right now. Fourth Space Esports is taking it to them here on sub base. Ramby, ooh, gets turned on there. It's a good kill by Click, but nonetheless, it is still a 83-17 point lead, and it continues to just mount higher and higher as they creep up already on triple digits.
We talked about it before. One of the things that was very stressful for New Jersey at the end of that match, we saw they looked deflated in the cams as they went to break.
Oh my,
but
Chris.
Now you could see it. You could see it in the gameplay. You could see Chris is feeling just so good. Everybody is running with it. You got someone playing that good. Everybody's going to get momentum. And even as they get ready to move over to tunnel, I don't know if this is the prime position you want to try and start building that point back up. This is the dangerous spot.
It is indubitably a dangerous spot, but New Jersey Prodigy living in the danger right now as they continue to find kills. They continue to lock down this hill. Almost 30 seconds already gone here. Ramby's going to slide in, though. Contested hill as he gets shot in the back. It's still good trades, and it's still good hill time for the side of New Jersey, but the late nade from Chris going to be able to take one. He's even getting kills after death.
And Basic catching the laying body. It's always funny watching that thing just flop all over the place when you are in the wrong spot. And what a much needed success here from Click, catching 2. They're starting to slowly bring it back up. We talked about it before. You can have all the points you want in the KD spot, but it doesn't matter if you don't have all the points necessary to get the win, and they got a lot back right there on that point.
They really did, 100-63, but now already Fourth Space Esports trying to lock this one down. 3 dead, and the feed the man of the hour, Chris, already. Cruise missile still in the back pocket for him. 110 and counting for the side of Fourth Space. They're starting to amount some kills here. Exotic starting to feel himself a little bit as Ramby as well on the other side of the map. Contested for a second. They do find one onto Chris, but it's the immediate trade, and that's how they're winning a lot of these hills, man. They're playing their trades to an absolute T. And also, when you're winning gunfights like that, it's pretty damn damn easy.
I mean, we talked about it many times over, but there's the first position. We finally see people up in a 2-0 lead. When you are trying to make a comeback, you can't afford to be constantly trading. For Force Space, you want them to get frustrated with losing a bunch of gunfights. You could throw your bodies up against the points to see if you can make things happen. Right now, it has been exactly that. They've been able to build some points back, but not for long, as P2 is just completely in favor of Force Space once again.
I mean, they're controlling the chaos and they're thriving in it right now. I do say as 3 dead in the feed from New Jersey Prodigy.
I just realized we're on P5. It looks so damn similar. they're in the same spot.
I mean, they're basically in the same spot. They are 20 feet from each other, as a lot of hills are on this map. But New Jersey Prodigy is holding the hill down for at least right now, trying to lock in some of this time, trying to knock into this lead. But when Chris is just absolutely slaying you, it's definitely a tall task.
Things have slowed down a little bit here compared to earlier. They're starting to get a few more picks here and there. You're seeing Click and Spinify start to pick it up a ton. Tigris also doing that as well. But Click getting shot out of the skies. This is a no-fly zone.
No-fly zone indeed. Force Space Esports locking it down at every single corner of the map right now, crossing that 150 mark already. 152 to 95 and counting for Force Space Esports as they all ready to look into number 2. Oh my goodness. I mean, watching this kid's POV is just something different, man. Chris is frying right now.
They need to not let what happened last time. This time it's on Teddy, who decides to light everybody up. Exotic also sporting a 2-kill streak. They have to be careful. Everybody converging in over from P3 side to try and get back into the building. That is not an entrance for you, my friend.
No, not at all. As you said, a no-fly zone, but the kills are starting to come through for the side of New Jersey. They're trying to pull this one back, but just playing 50-50 hills could win this game for Force Space Esports with the lead that they've amounted already. Almost 100 points as a couple of kills do come through. Trades galore, but here comes Chris. Oh, only good for 1, not the second, but the kills immediately traded back through. And I mean, Ajax, it's mixy, it's back and forth, it's chaos, it's exactly what we expected.
Like we said, it's all about taking every trade in your favorite. Click, not only getting 1, but he gets a double K over there, but he's gonna get caught on his way back up from Ramby. Meanwhile, Tigris getting clipped himself by Teddy. Tigris has been picking it up, but right now they need to hold this position. They're looking at a pretty decent deficit with only 3 minutes left on the clock. We're gonna get a quick peek here, and Chris, he just cannot be helped over in that. They finally get him at least.
I mean, Chris is doing it with the sub, he's doing it with the AR, he's doing it with everything right now. And look at these spawns here. A Teddy Rex spawns right where one of their players died. Now he goes down, and now this is where the MWIII sub base starts to come into play. Players spawning on other sides of the map right now. The pinch now set up for Force Space Esports. They are just not allowing New Jersey to touch the time whatsoever.
Near team sweep right now. Exotic left all on his own. He's gonna at least get 1. He could potentially get another one here, but he does. Everybody knows where he is. Kind of scary, and Tigris decided to back off, going back down. Get out of that situation. Not worth taking on that fight.
Not at all. Still 176 to 120 though. The lead amounting, and it's still putting pressure on the side of New Jersey. They've got to hit this next hill, and they've got to hit it fast. But look at who's there, already set up, ready to go. The snakes are in right now from Teddy. Oh my goodness.
And Teddy is kind of dancing on his own. And you know what? You got it, King. Well, not so much. Unfortunately, it was a beheading today as the guillotine comes through by the name of Clip, I believe. Click, but everybody falling. They spawn immediately right next to Tunnel again, though. We got a big fight incoming.
Now, big fight incoming indeed. The trophy system's doing their job, working overtime right now here in the Tunnel 202 and climbing to the side of Fourth Space. They're finding every kill they need. It's Blue in the kill feed. Teddy finds 2. Last one up is Click. Can he find anything? Finds 1. The quick shot's in. Now here comes the Chow. Take him out, send him out. And now Fourth Space Esports 212. It is New Jersey with a little bit of scrap, but it's already on to P5.
Not what you want to see if you're a New Jersey fan, as we're looking at that lead start to slowly creep back up. But this next point might be the last one. Converging over P5 time. You have to get your hills right now. Not a great spot. Ramby has complete view over the top of that.
I mean, he really does. You can almost see everything from up there, but Basic's going to be able to find one. Exotic with the immediate trade. It is New Jersey locking down the early bits of this hill. Still 45 seconds left to go. A big hold here, and they can be right back in the game, but we know how hard that can be on a map like Subbase. Ramby trying to find something here, does find the shots in. 35 seconds left on the hill still to work with. Cruise missile coming in now, going to at least do a little bit of damage, but nothing going for him, but Force Space at least back into the hill.
Pretty common theme throughout the day, of course, has been people get to 220 plus, and then they get close to losing. Will that happen again here? It's on Fourth Space to try and shut it down right now. They have 14 seconds left. They won't be able to win on this point, but they're going to get that much closer. It's all about converging over to the opposite side of the street there. This whole game could come down here to this last pick on P1.
Our house in the middle of our street right now, and Fourth Space trying to lock it down. A couple of kills do come through from New Jersey, but one of them being a team kill. Now shots in for the Click. He finds that one. Gonna take that top area position. It's a big power hold for him here if he's able to lock this one down. New Jersey is on the hill right now, but 2 kills in the feed, going to at least make it vacant for now. Now 3, now 4. Fourth Space can start to lock this one in, only needing 15 more seconds, getting closer to that 250 mark, and a 3-0, and their trip to the grand finals.
Tigres needed that to go his way, but instead it's not going to be that way right now. Everybody kind of moving in. You have to go in fast. Everybody's making it hurry. We see multiple bodies dropping on the side of Fourth Space. We have Click, Spinify, and everybody's starting to wake their way back over right now. Starting to build it up, but they only have 7 seconds. They can relinquish. Tigres can't afford to drop. They are blocking everything they can, but only one left, and this is opportunity with 5 seconds left.
And that might be the dagger. 4 dead in the feed. Exotic, the 3-piece. 250 to 183. They get it done there in an incredible fashion. It was dominant, it was scary, and it's a 3-0 as they head now to the grand finals and a matchup with the Houston Spartans.
The matchup we expected to see, and a big part of why it was taking so long to happen was because the New Jersey Prodigy had a 3-0 W earlier in the day, in the very beginning of the day, catching Fourth Space Esports off guard with their incredibly aggressive tactics. But they got data on them, they were able to learn and figure it out, and they answer back with a 3-0 of their own. Last call for them as the curtain is pulled. Incredible job from New Jersey, though, making it all the way here to Final 3 and putting on an absolute show.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, like you said, they started out with that hot 3-0 over this Fourth Space Esports team, but in the end, just too much dominance, and showing you why. We've been talking about it all day. Fourth Space was our #1 seed heading into our championship Sunday matches, and you see it right there, 250 to 224, 6-5, and 250 to 180. You gotta think, though, there was a lot of times where I really did feel like New Jersey was in winnable positions other than that last map 3. Maps 1 and 2, though, you gotta think when you go back and look at the VOD, they're gonna be kicking themselves a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's going to be unfortunate to have to go and see what happened, but one of the things that's super important is every loss is an opportunity to learn. If you're not learning from what happened, when you had multiple of those matches in the bag, you were right there with it and weren't able to finish the job, it's all about figuring out why and making sure that does not happen again. And I think we will be seeing a whole lot more of New Jersey as time progresses, because there's no way that they don't show back up after that performance. It was absolutely phenomenal, but they have to hold that L today. Instead, it's going to be Fourth Space who get the revenge and get the matchup we were looking forward to in grand finals.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the matchup we've been talking about all day. The most 2 consistent teams throughout the tournament up until this morning when we saw the crazy upset that happened. But upset now renewed, wiped clean, off the slate, take it off your mind, because it's a hot 3-0 for Space Esports in the losers finals. And Ajax, let's be honest, it's the most dominant performance we've seen today out of any team.
Which is crazy, because even with it being dominant, it was like, there was a 3-0, but it was legitimately close. And we're going to talk to Teddy Rex himself, who's a big part of why those W's got to still keep going their way, even when things were close. Teddy, found yourself back in a spot we expected you to see here in that Final 2 and got your revenge back on New Jersey. How you feeling?
Honestly, pretty good. I think we started the day off today because we did start off 11-0 for the last 2 days. But today we kind of came in, I think one of our teammates had a broken controller and the venue was very cold for us. And I think we started off very slow. But I think now that we're catching a rhythm, I think we should be able to take this grand finals.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, you guys came in today as the #1 seed, and honestly, it was the story of the tournament for a little bit, how you guys did get 3-0'd in that first one, but ever since then, like you said, it's you guys have caught fire and just making your way through this loser's run. And I mean, having that grueler of a match with Pobo Esports, you 3-1 an amazing team in Team Acrylic, and then you 3-0 here. It's gotten better every single time. How do you guys take that confidence here into the grand finals against a pretty dominant Houston team?
I think we honestly just have to listen more to our teammates throughout the tournament because it got kind of loud and we were kind of just hectic everywhere. But I think if we actually just work together, I think we should easily take this.
Communication is key. Defense wins championships, but defensive plays can't be made if you can't talk to each other about it. So hopefully those comms are clear. Y'all have clear minds as well because you got grand finals coming up next. We won't hold you too long because it's time to get that job done. I'm looking forward to see this grand finals. Best of luck to you
guys. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great day.
You too.
You brother.
Matt.
I mean, Ajax. Yeah, I mean, what a tournament so far. I mean, it has been an amazing weekend all through the GA cast off yesterday, all the matches that we got the honor of casting. Now heading in 60 teams. We're down to 2. Early prediction before we toss it to a break here. Who are you rocking with going into a grand finals where, you know, especially we do take fourth space esports here, they're going to have to find a bracket reset.
Oh boy. All right. This one's rough, but I'm going to stick with my guns on this. I think I have to go with Houston. Watching the way that they were able to get the clutch in that winners final set, that was really the moment I needed to see for me to show that they are locked in. Because as chaotic as those moments got, they kept finding ways to get back into the game. They kept finding ways to win. When normally they were dominating at points in Jersey, looked like they might actually steal that W away. It didn't happen. They were able to bring it together. They got the job done. And they have every reason to be super excited because they got a nice long break. Well, fourth space has to come back up. They got the cushion of grand finals. And I think they might take it home.
I think it's a good pick there. Honestly, every pick we've made today has, I think, been wrong. So I'm not really confident in it, if I'm being honest. I'm not super confident if I pick fourth space esports either. But, you know, the confidence that this Houston squad does have with Rep and Kamwa and even Chaco and other, you know, as a whole squad, they really do seem like one of the best cohesive units that we've seen at this tournament so far. The confidence is just pouring out of these guys, and I do think they're going to be able to take it home in the end. But before we get there, we're going to toss it to a quick break, and when we come back, it's the $8,000 game, everything on the line in Columbus. You got to see it, got to be back, so don't go nowhere.